Hello and welcome back to Listen to This, a podcast about music, for music, and everything in between. I'm Danny.
And I'm Alex. I actually messed that up because anyway.
You looked like you forgot your name for a second.
Well, it threw me off that for some reason you didn't say my name when you said
I know, it kind of threw me off too, to be honest with you.
But yes, hello, welcome back to the season 2 finale.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop indeed.
That's going to be horrible to edit for my ears. I'm so sorry to myself.
I'm not. But yeah, so true to this being the sequel season, we're finishing off with a sequel episode to our nostalgic throwback episode, which, I mean, I feel like also kind of will inevitably just devolve into a brain dump episode, kind of like so we have done in the past, because as soon as we get started on one thing, you'll probably get dragged down a memory lane into another.
Oh yeah, that usually happens.
But prior to that conversation being reached, Danny, what have you been listening to lately?
I have a huge list of new music.
Same.
Starting out with Snow the Product, the Biz Rap session. It's been floating around Facebook.
Snow the Product.
Yeah, that's the rapper.
Snow the Product is the rapper.
Yes.
And what was the thing? The
Biz Rap? Yeah, Biz Rap.
Okay.
Session. I don't know. I guess he does that with a few different, Biz Rap sits down and does different sessions with different rap artists. And this one happened to be Snow the Product, which I've followed since she was on season 2 of Queen of the South, which was a USA drama. Highly recommend. But anyway, it's been floating around Facebook a lot. And then I followed some of her work, but this is separate from that, and I love it.
Yeah.
It's also too, I really like, especially in Spanish music, when people overpronounce the words almost, where it's just so crisp and so clean. You can literally just, I don't know how to describe it other than it just sounds so ASMR-y almost.
Okay, what the fuck?
That's a lot to unpack, I know.
When you say Spanish music, so does she rap in Spanish? Or
Yep, she is a rapper from Mexico.
But she raps in Spanish or just
she'll
English?
Rap in Spanish and English.
And English,
It
okay.
just kind of, she flips it around every once in a while. I love it though.
Nice.
So yeah, definitely love that. It is floating around Facebook, so I think you can find it on there or YouTube, or it is on Spotify and Apple Music as well. Also, so this is a quick album throw-in. Well, there's 2 albums throwing in. But Halsey's releasing a new album!
Halsey, why does that name sound familiar?
I'm so excited. She produced it with the guys from 9 Inch Nails. I can't remember their names.
Trent Reznor?
Yes.
And somebody else probably?
Yeah. They actually helped produce it, and it's out August 27th. The teaser for it sounds so good. I can't wait.
Have no singles been dropped yet?
Not yet. She just announced it and the album art for it, but it's called, it's a mouthful, of course. After Hope, her titles just keep getting longer and longer as the albums come out.
Badlands is too easy.
Yeah, it goes. If I can't have love, I want power. It's a concept album about the time, she was pregnant and childbirth and the weird dichotomy that happens because it's supposed to be the best time of your life, but also too it leads to a lot. Some people just don't enjoy it the way other people do. So it's kind of that weird dichotomy almost.
Can't relate.
It's something else, but I can't wait for this to come out. She already released the album art for it, and it kind of has a weird Queen Elizabeth vibe. That's the only way, because I don't know how else to describe it. You can look it up. It's super cool. And also, everyone is talking about it because they're oh, it's free the nipple. But, honestly, there's so much to look at in it that, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think it looks so cool.
When you first said that, I thought that you were trying to describe, a Victorian era thing. But no, this is, Elizabethan. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The whole style of it, very Renaissance Elizabethan, which actually segues really well into Palais Royale is finally releasing music. They announced their album. I think they announced their album, or at least they're leading up to it, but they've already dropped 2 songs from it, No Love in LA and Punching Bag. Both of those got released today, so they'll be out and live, and there's music videos out for them as well. I like it.
Two drops in a day. Impressive.
I know. I like it too. How Black Sheep was in their latest or their former album.
Well, do you consider them like a grungy or rock?
They have their moments because like they look pop grunge. I think that's a new term I'm gonna coin right
pop
there.
Pop grunge. It's like pop punk, but
yeah.
I guess the only frame of reference I have is The Bastards, because I know You'll Be Fine. But the only like album I've really listened to is The Bastards, and I don't know. I would consider them just like a bit of a less poppy Panic at the Disco, I guess. Like
that's true.
Aesthetically speaking, I mean. But it's, like sound wise, I know I don't mean to imply that grunge is wrong, and you shouldn't even imply that, because I guess I just never thought about it that way. But there is almost, again, I can only go off The Bastard. It's almost like an industrial quality to the sound a bit, like percussively.
Yeah, and I think too that's just because
definitely be grungy.
Yeah, each brother kind of refined their taste, but in a different way. That's why everybody jokes it's the pirate, the vampire, and the gentleman. So like their tastes are obviously very different, but when they come together, it's a very interesting sound that it's really hard to put on, because I found them at Warped Tour, and then I saw them at the Rave, and each show was just very different, both in aesthetic quality and sound quality.
But yeah, no, I mean, do you think that speaks to the band, like the theme of the band, or the band itself growing and changing?
I think more growing and changing, because there was the Boom Boom Room was their first album, the Bastards was their second album, and then I can't remember if they released the title of their next album, but they said they're going more into their Renaissance phase. And so the art has already changed for it, their look has already changed for it, and as of now it seems like their sound is already changing for it as well.
Do you think that kind of speaks to them? No, I shouldn't say speaks to them. Do you think that implies that they could almost be a bit gimmicky with it then?
Either that, or they're so into the aesthetic of following an art representation that they're just kind of finding, what's the word? They're finding inspiration in different things, I think, in order to keep them from sounding the same, because especially too in a band like that where they do have a really strong following, it's a very like culty following, but nonetheless a following. I think it gets really easy to get trapped into the same sound. You know what works, you know the look, and you just have to follow that and keep going, and you're gonna keep these fans. But I think they're trying to branch out a little bit more creatively now that they have a platform to do so on, because I think Boom Boom Room was like their first actual signing, but they were trying to be artists for a long time, and they talk about it a lot too on stage, how a lot of the times when they were traveling, you know, they slept in their mom's van, and they were like all consecutively homeless for a while, and like everything like that. So I feel like they're just trying to push themselves both creatively and lyrically, or to not
like fall into a rut kind of thing. Okay, I like that then, because like that's just them like not to sound like a hipster douchebag, but like artistically growing it. It isn't just like how can we get more people to listen to us. It's how can we keep the same audience interested, kind of thing, as opposed to, like you said, making the same thing over and over again. And I respect that greatly. That's something that it can be very easy to fall into that rut just because it'll make you money, kind of thing. And they're like, let's keep things interesting.
Yeah, and so I haven't been able to watch the music videos yet, but I'm really excited to see how they look. They kind of still have the same feel as Hang On to Yourself. It has the same vibe as Hang On to Yourself. I like that song. I do too. That's a good one. But going into, I've been listening to both a lot of radio and a lot of Pandora for the first time.
Okay.
And this is all because of my job at the moment. But holy mother, I was like, there's so many songs I found now, and I'm like, Jesus. For the radio portion though, Best Friend by Doja Cat and SZA. Love it. Taste of You, Raz and Dove Cameron. One Last Cigarette, the band Camino, Colors, the Black Pumas, and my favorite song I have found, Magic in the Hamptons by Social House featuring Lil Yachty. It is so good.
Lil Yachty's a name I haven't heard in a while.
I know. It kind of reminds me of Sour Patch Kids by, I think it's Bryce Vine. I could be wrong on who sings it, but it's called Sour Patch Kids. And it has the same sort of like nostalgic summer vibe. And I thought that was perfect since this was our episode.
Yeah. And it's summer.
Yeah, and it's summer.
Yeah.
Woo! I'm clicking all the boxes there. But yeah, so that has been the rapid fire version. I, of course, had to sit on Halsey for a while because I can't wait. Anyway.
So has she announced a release date yet?
August 27th.
Oh, so you have like a little over a month.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm counting down the days. I cannot wait. I'm
Hell
so
yeah.
excited. I'm sad summer's going to end, but I'm happy I get new music.
Yeah. A lot of things are coming out in August, both musically and like by way of movies and stuff.
Yeah. There's a lot. Full Exposure is happening in August.
Yeah,
August 28th at the VFW in Madison. So that's where a bunch of bands are playing. Trying to name all. I know Panoptics are going, Johnny's band.
Yeah.
I cannot wait. That's going to sound so good. And there's a bunch of other different bands. They're reaching out.
Is Will Frank going to be there?
Unfortunately, no.
Wow.
But I feel like if this is the first year they've kind of scaled back on the hard rock for it, because this has been a thing since like 2015.
Mm-hmm.
So they scaled back a lot on just the full heavy rock and are now kind of playing with different genres, because there was outrageous one year. They're hilariously good. They have so much fun on stage.
Oh, okay. It's hilariously good. They're so bad. I'm having a great time.
So much fun. And
Okay.
the crowd has so much fun with them too. So I'm really excited to see Panoptics play, because unfortunately Outrageous can play this year. The Panoptics can. And I feel like they're going to fit in wonderfully.
Is it a one night thing?
Yep. It's just one day. I think doors open at 3:30 in Madison. So if you guys want, look up Full Exposure on Facebook, and I'll probably post that to our thing too, because live music is coming back, and I want to support everything that's bringing back live music because I miss it.
Saturday, August 28th.
Hell yeah. So more details to come on that, and then we'll have Summerfest right after that.
Yeah.
And I can't wait.
Immediately after that.
Yeah, Rise Against is coming, and I didn't realize that.
Yep.
I'm so excited.
I was listening to Rise Against with one of my employees once, and
Once.
well, it was like a week or
Only
3
once.
weeks. This one time, and that was it. That was all the time he got. No, and he mentioned how it was gonna be the one band he was looking forward to seeing at Summerfest, and I was like, they're not coming to Summerfest this year, are they? He goes, yeah, they actually just released an album. Like when he had told me it, he said they were going to release an album, but it had actually been like 3 days prior that it had just been released, and neither one of us knew it. So he was like, yeah, Summerfest will be a way for them to promote that. I'm like, holy shit.
I can't wait. But what have you been listening to now that I've gone off on all these little tangents?
I'm probably going to have my own tangents, so buckle the fuck up.
I'm buckled.
The,
That was me clicking in. I'm buckled.
oh, is that what that was? Yeah? Is that what you were doing over there? So the first one is Powfu. Powfu released a song with Travis Barker.
He's making the rounds.
Travis is everywhere right now. And like I can't help but be grateful for him, because he's the reason for the revitalization of pop punk. Him working with MGK is what made everything happen.
Yeah.
Which is why so many people are now getting into that. And even like the SoundCloud emo boys I listen to are starting to get more and more pop punk. Anyway, but the song he released with Powfu, he actually released an EP, but the only one that I really know from it is Mario Kart. Music video is a bit silly, like not even like supposed to be funny silly, just kind of like weird.
Just weird.
But not bad weird, just unique, I guess. But Powfu has a line in there that just has a really, really good flow. It's the line, sometimes I swear under my breath because I don't want anyone to know when I'm upset. And just the way he actually sings it, like it's because he does that kind of sing rap style.
Yeah.
And the way he just goes, I'm like it's an earworm for me. It's like it just strikes something in my brain.
Do you swear under your breath because you don't want to know if people are pissing you off?
I'll swear out loud. I mean, sometimes it's under my breath, but usually it's out loud, and people are like, "Oh, Alex is mad now." No. Another single that was released, which was really neat, was by Raleigh Ritchie. I'm not okay, but I know I'm going to be. Or, yeah, I'm going to... Does it end at B?
I heard about that, actually.
Yeah.
And then, funny enough, Billie Eilish is releasing an album. I'm going to throw this at you. I'm doing my best here.
Have you ever heard of the rapper Flo Milli?
Mm-mm.
She has a song called "In the Party." It was released sometime last year. I want to say like October or something like that. But I just found it on TikTok, and it's just kind of like a fun party rap song. And there's very few of them, very few party rap songs with female vocalists as the main vocalist. Like oftentimes they'll be featured with a rapper, but then they'll like do their own like pop or R&B thing, and her just rapping into it. It's pretty good. Black Veil Brides. I don't know if their album's out yet.
Scarlet Cross or something like that.
No, the Phantom Tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. Scarlet Cross is one before that.
The song Crimson Skies from it, I like it a lot. It kind of has like the verses are kind of like a more of a hard rock thing, but then the chorus is that same mixture of alt rock and glam rock, kind of like in the same way from, what was that album? From Veil. Mm-hmm. Like it reminds me a lot of the choruses from Veil. So I was there for it. I enjoy that song a lot.
I'm saving it right now.
Crimson Skies. Another one of your boys, NF.
Hell yeah.
It wasn't recently. It was released 2 years ago. But I discovered from his album The Search the song Options. I like it a lot. It was I actually discovered it while playing kickball like 2 weeks ago. Because like the guy who was hosting the event just had like a speaker playing of some Spotify playlist, I assume, and Options. It's very, very much just something I'm noticing is kind of a theme in NF's music. It's like I have to make right now count because it's the only shot I'm gonna get at this.
Yeah.
I have to make it, or I have to make it. These are the options. Sewer Person released an album, 002. He screams in it. That's kind of weird.
It's kind of weird.
It's kind of weird. Like the sad boy vocalist leaves his stylistically auto-tuned pop hip hop influence and like screams in some songs, and I'll be honest, it doesn't sound great. But the songs without that, with just clean vocals, are really good. Especially his song LR7, which is actually just leet speak for LRT. But because LR7 is thematically a very different song for him. Because usually it's about pain and heartbreak and whatever. But this is a song about, if you killed yourself, I don't know how I would handle life, kind of thing. Like it's a song about saving someone, not I need to be saved.
Yeah.
And I like that a lot. I was like, this is I don't know, like a sign of maturity or something.
Nice
like
switch up.
Yeah, like he isn't just talk. He isn't blind to what's going on in the world. Like yeah, things might be rough for him, but he also wants to help out the other people who might have it rough. Oh my God! Speaking of Travis Barker, Jaden released an album like last year, I think. But it was earlier this year. Mm-hmm. But the song "A Wasted Year" from Jaden is on that, and I mean, not only did Travis produce the album, but "A Wasted Year" has the same melody as the chorus from Blink-182's "Feeling This."
Oh, really?
That fate fell short this time. Yeah, he uses that exact same melody to open up his chorus, and it sounds so good with I mean, I guess the percussion is still the same for obvious reasons, but he obviously Mark Hoppus has a low voice. He has cancer now, and that's very serious.
Yeah, I was just about to say too. Like, I just found that out.
Yeah, no, I mean he's being a really good sport about it. Like he's already shown pictures of him with his bald head and whatever, and he's like, I think for the 4th he was like happy for the 4th of July from that one cancer dude or something like that. And he's like, whatever, like we can have fun with this. We don't have to be all serious and gloomy. But like, yeah, no, Tom is still very clearly working. Like I think if I had to hazard a guess from what I can see online, like Blink the iconic Blink lineup are still like friendly, but not heavily involved in each other's lives. Mm-hmm. I've also seen. I haven't watched any of the actual videos, but I know that Mark Hoppus has been streaming a bit. Like he streamed Animal Crossing, but he also has been posting on YouTube, or maybe these are just VODs from Twitch, but like they're like posting like videos on how to play certain parts from Blink songs. Like here's the bass line from Feeling This. Here's the guitar riff from Stay Together for the Kids, kind of thing.
Oh,
which
awesome.
I think is neat. Yeah. I mean, he probably needed something to do during quarantine.
Yeah,
so.
that's true. I feel like a lot of artists did stuff like that.
Yeah. Velveteers released a new single Steeples of the Reaper, which is nice. Her usual kind of melancholic sound, but less produced than she was doing in the past. I just discovered. So I have always like had I can't even say guilty pleasure, but I've always enjoyed the band Jet. But I only knew like 2 of their songs: "Are You Gonna Be My Girl" and "Cold Hard Bitch," which is one of my favorite songs ever written. But apparently they have other albums than just their first one. And I think I can comfortably say, in my opinion, that Jet is the most talented rock band to come from Australia. Suck it, AC/DC. I have nothing against AC/DC, but the vocalist for Jet, that dude's voice is unreal, and the guitar riffs are so much fun.
I actually just heard one of their songs the other day on Pandora, and I was like, oh, hell yeah.
I would recommend from their most recent, as in 2009, album, Shaka Rock, the song She's a Genius. Then finally, the only other thing of note... Oh my god, I take it back. I have 2 more things of note. Have you ever heard of the singer Maggie Zabo? Maggie Zabo?
I don't think so.
Szabo. She released the song My Oh My. It's kind of just a generic pop song, but it's very fun and very catchy. The other thing I want to talk about is Kishibashi, because this is going to be relevant now. I have been a huge fan of his since I heard his orchestral cover of a Talking Heads song, This Must Be the Place, on the show Titans.
Great show, by the way.
Yeah. And the reason I say he's going to be relevant now, because obviously that was a few years ago, and he's been making music since like 2009 or something, 2012 maybe. Just a couple of days ago, one of his songs was, apparently I learned, featured on Rick and Morty. And when a song is on Rick and Morty, it kind of gets pretty big.
Yeah.
Like it's
a little.
Yeah, so his
Szechuan
song...
sauce.
Oh, God. McDonald's did a whole marketing campaign because of a joke in an episode.
Yup.
But his song "I Am the Antichrist to You" was featured in there, and it's admittedly a little bit different. Like that's even a bit, I mean, hymnal, if you want to call it that, for what he usually does. It's a great song, but different in a great way from the reason the rest of his music is great. Mm-hmm. And no, but apparently it is actually incorporated very appropriately and very well into the episode. And now that song has been blowing up lately, and I really I'm just gonna pitch this out there. There's a version that he did with the orchestra, New Deco Experiment Environment New Deco, just to do that with Kishibashi and I'm the Antichrist to You, having him sing it with a live orchestra in the background. Then he takes a break to play his violin with them. So good. Kishibashi, Kaoru Ishibashi.
That sounds amazing. Anything that has a live orchestra and or violin, and I'm down.
Anyway, we should probably get into the actual topic of the episode now, because I went on a tangent there with everything.
Well, same. I think I spent like 10 minutes just leading up to Halsey, so here we are, kids. Speaking of, she's got a kid now too, I think. I don't know. I just want to know. I don't know why I want to know these things, but I
would assume so. I mean, because... Never mind, I'm not going to explain why. I would assume so. Okay, nostalgia. Let's talk about songs that take us down memory lane for one reason or another. You want me to go first? Okay, if you insist. The song Overrated, parentheses, Everything Is, by Less Than Jake.
Oh, hell yeah.
I have met... Oh, do you actually know the song, or you just like...
I know Less Than Jake. I don't know if I know their actual song titles or something, but I like Less Than Jake.
So, my family growing up, from like the ages of 9 to 15 or 16 for me, would always do the Relay for Life. The American Cancer Society? American Cancer Foundation. I don't remember. A charity event to raise funds for cancer research and so stuff like that. And like the second or third year we did it, I've mentioned in the past how Angels and Airwaves Everything's Magic music video is the first time I ever saw two girls kiss, and I was like, that's pretty cool. Well, everything overrated everything is the second time I ever saw two girls kiss in a music video, because there's a porn bit, and they're like, porn's overrated, but of course there are two porn stars and they're being porny and everything. And but I don't I kind of like phased that part out of my head and would like, because I was like 11 and uncomfortable with that when I was younger.
Uncomfortable.
They're like, what's sex? But I liked the song because Everything Is Overrated has a very good walking beat, at least for the way my legs work, because I walk faster than most people. So like I would use that to like walk around the track like. But so that's where I'm gonna leave that story. I was about to segue into another long weird one, so I'll instead pass the mic.
Oh Lord, that was probably a mistake. But anyway, I've been actually listening to a lot of like, you're gonna laugh, a lot of scores, especially by Studio Ghibli.
Nice.
Most of them are from either Spirited Away or Howl's Moving Castle. Mm. But I think the director or whoever is still the same guy.
Hayao Miyazaki.
It's Joe. Fuck, how do I pronounce this? Hisaishi? I think that's how I pronounce it. But I think some of my favorite ones that I liked is Dragon Boy from Spirited Away, and then The Flower Garden, The Boy Who Swallowed a Star, and the ending song. All of those are just, I was actually blasting that in my kitchen when I was making breakfast one day, and someone was like, what the hell? But like, I don't know, there's just something, because I loved watching the movies no matter what was going on. So it's kind of nice that you can also take the music from it that was just so, it's like just so calming and homey to me almost.
The Miyazaki films of Studio Ghibli are, for me, they're one of those things where even though it's a big part of the movies, I never like really noticed the OST, because I was like, it was one of those like diegetic sounds that just immersed me in the world, where like it's one of those things you don't think about how good the music is, you don't think about how good the art style is, because you're so in there until like the movie's done and you're like, oh yeah, and there was that one scene, oh, and the music in that scene was really good too, like one of those kind of things.
Yeah, I was super happy when I found it on Spotify, and then I started listening to it and I was like, oh, I know the scenes to this song. Oh, I know the scene to this song.
Yeah.
Oh, I really like this song. I didn't know it was just a whole piece of it. So it was super cool that they're posting a lot of the scores on, I know they always had them on iTunes, but like you had to pay money for it. I mean, I still pay money now, but whatever. It's just nice to have that world more so at your fingertips than before.
Definitely,
I suppose. Because I mean, you can't just whip out and watch like a hour and a half long movie, but you can listen to like a 5-minute song and still have that same kind of experience.
Or even like that same reaction, nostalgically speaking. So yeah, no, that's cool. It was Joe Hisaishi.
I knew I was gonna mispronounce it. I saw it and I was like, "Oh, here we go."
Joe, that's the one I recognize. Yeah. I can say that one, Joe.
Joe, that I can say. That it's easy for my brain. I already have difficulty fucking just saying the English language. Like, I don't need any other hiccups.
I know her name's Ashley, but you've been calling her Halsey this whole time. I don't know what that's about. But...
Real quick, I know I talked about Imagine Dragons before. Not the new Imagine Dragons, the old OG Imagine Dragons. Yeah. I liked that one better. I don't know. The new stuff kind of does seem a little gimmicky. Yeah. Like, I guess that is the best word for it. But it's Times. I think it was off their first album. It
was off their first EP, then was also on their first album.
Yeah.
I love that song.
I don't know. There's something about that song that's just, it's so catchy, but also very just... I don't know. It's another one I'd describe. It's kind of like homey. I think it was because, like, when I heard it, I was still in high school, obviously. And, like, it was always on the radio. And I think that's why I think about it a lot. It's just because I was always in the car with my parents or I think I started driving. And it was always the song that was playing. And it was, like, listening to it. I'm just like, yeah, this is cool.
The very nature of the song, both, like, lyrically and musically, though, is a very sentimental feeling.
Yeah.
It's a song about... thinking back, but looking to the future.
Yeah.
Which I like a lot. It's also like, it's never happened, but okay, so this is a little embarrassing to admit, I guess. And while it's never happened, you know how in like some TV shows and movies, it happened in Drake and Josh when the power was out, but the whole group got together and like sang we will rock you, because all anybody had to do was stomp clap. It's Time would be my version of if the power went out and we needed something to pass the time, I could get that going, because that's just stomp slap clap, stomp slap clap slap. And you know, that's really it's just,
holy shit, you can do.
Yeah, so like that's the
awesome.
song I would choose for that.
Yeah, that's true. You'd have to do the beat though, but everything else.
Well, yeah, because I mean, the people who don't want to who just want to be part of something, don't want to be like do vocals or something. They can just mimic that motion. It's not too difficult.
It's like the Cup song by Anna Kendrick. It's like
that one's difficult. When I'm gone.
Yeah. When I'm gone, just drops the cup. Oh my god, yeah, honestly.
No, I get that. I get that same nostalgic feeling from its time. I'm gonna take the world back to a time of portable DVD players. So I got a portable DVD player for Christmas one year, and I would watch two things over and over and over again. I would watch season 1 of Community, and I would watch season 1 of Scrubs, because those were the only seasons of both shows that I actually had on DVD. So I just kept watching them. And in the episode where, spoiler alert, of Scrubs, where JD and Elliot finally hook up and get together for the first time, while that scene is taking place, they play the song Fighting for My Love by Nil Lara, N-I-L, Lara.
Yeah.
It's a very unique kind of love song, because, first of all, it has like not a reggae vibe, but like an Islander kind of vibe, but a fast-paced one, like a fast-tempo Islander vibe. And it's a song about being taught when he was younger that by his parents, they were like, you should love everyone equally, like treat everyone the same and everything like that. And it's about him realizing that this girl who he treated the same way as everybody else is actually like fighting to become more important in his life than everybody else. And he's like, wait, you and then of course that's the song that plays when the two main characters get together. So I can't help but think back to falling asleep with that playing on my portable DVD player and hearing that song in the background, kind of thing. Oh my
god.
Yeah.
I like how you're just like, I cannot help but think. You just got so like animated there for a second.
It's an adorable song. I really recommend it, especially for like the breakdown part, because then when that ends, he hits a strong note, and then he just goes back to anyway. Go on. Hi. Welcome to listen to this.
Okay, so speaking of Facebook, actually it was like when I found the Snow the Product song, I was just mindlessly scrolling at this point. Another song came on, and I was like, it like immediately starts off, and I was like, I know this song. Like, what the fuck? And I don't actually, you know what? Let me see when it came out. It's cringy. I'm not gonna.
Oh, it's cringy. Oh, yeah. I'm excited.
It came out in 2008.
Oh, back when dinosaurs roamed the earth.
Yeah. So it's called Damage. Danity Kane?
They were formed by Puff Diddy.
I don't know, something about it. I feel like I always heard it on the radio, but I can't think of how old I was at the time, so I must have just heard it on the radio. But like, God, I heard it, and I was literally just like transported back into my mom's car, driving around Portage, picking up groceries at Walmart in the morning. I'm like, oh my God. And also too, it's so cringy. Like the music video to it is like,
it seemed very bubblegummy.
Yeah.
Hot pinks and lights everywhere.
Yeah, like I said, it was very much like if what they were then is what Little Mix is now.
Okay.
Where it's still kind of like the female pop group, but there's just too many singers and not enough going on. But I guess they ended in a really weird way too. And I know there was a lot of catty drama going on in the background, but I never really looked into it other than trying to look up what the song was.
Yeah.
So.
No, I'm definitely in the minority for having not heard it. I mean, Billboard considered it one of the best girl group songs ever written.
Really?
Yeah, no, number 38 on the list of 100.
That's weird. Also, too, I guess.
That's weird.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's because I'm listening to it now as a grown adult and actually listening to the lyrics and not like the weird beat to it.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't know. It's a very dated song. Like the lyrics now would not fly, and I don't know. There's just a lot going on in that music video too. It was really weird. Like half of it was them just like weirdly like wiggling on this like this weird alien ship, and they're all dressed in silver. And then the other one, they're trying to do like really like structured choreograph dances. And I'm like, Jesus, Lord have mercy. And then the whole song is like, the dude before you was a real dick. What are you going to do to make it better? I was like, maybe not date that dude. I don't know. That's how I was just like, I really wanted to re-like it. And then I was just like, nah, I can't do it. Everything about it is just really weird.
That's how I feel about Aaron Carter.
Yeah. Oh
like,
my God.
I mean, okay, taking into account,
A pound?
None of those words were the words I actually meant to say.
I don't even know what a pound is.
It was I don't know where the P came from, but what I was trying to say was taking into account, but I didn't want to say taking into account, but it escaped my lips anyways. Removing from the picture how weird Aaron is as a person now, just from years of like drugs and abuse and stuff. And I haven't even heard Love, and that's been out for like 4 years now. But like going back and listening to Aaron's Party and Oh Aaron and How I Beat Shaq and Leave It Up to Me. Maybe it's just because of me having grown up and heard a lot more music since then, but it just sounds so generic pop. Mm-hmm. I can't get into it anymore.
Like, don't get me wrong, I really do like 2000s pop. Like it was, I don't know, it was a simpler time, but also too, some of it was just
not
too
great,
simple. And I mean, I'm not saying very much to pop that's going on now, but at least there's layers to it now. There's more genres like smashed together and made something out of it. So I guess, I don't know, we are very fortunate and or spoiled when it comes to that regard.
Yeah, I would say, and this is, I guess I'm kind of coming up with this off the cuff, but I would say that pop in like the 2000s was geared towards a younger audience, and pop nowadays is geared towards an older audience. Yeah. Like back then, even though you had some, more risque acts, like you had Britney, you had Christina Aguilera, you had
Madonna.
But Madonna's also been doing pop music since the 80s.
That's true.
I mean, just that genre. While there were definitely like undertones, like they were doing the whole. I'm an innocent girl, but they were still basically selling you like sex, like a sex image. Like it was still definitely like the albums themselves you could listen to with young kids in the car, because I mean, Oops, I Did It Again. Yeah, that's a song about kind of messing with a guy's head kind of thing, but a kid wouldn't hear that. They would just start singing along with it. Yeah. You can't play WAP in the car.
No, you cannot.
And like, of course, WAP's obviously the extreme example everyone pulls out nowadays. But even just like kind of like anything from like Doja Cat or Megan Thee Stallion or stuff like that.
Ariana Grande,
yeah.
I finally heard, what was it, 35 plus 34? That was a really weird, that was on the radio and I was really uncomfortable. Yeah. Like I was literally just trying to get my car washed, and I'm like, now I need to like take a shower.
Can you spray some of that on me?
Yeah. It was, I don't know, it was a really weird song, and it's very much, you can tell exactly what she's talking about. I'm like, please, for the love of God, stop. La 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 la. My innocent ears.
But wait, so Damaged, you said you just found you just got that from Spotify?
I found it again on Facebook, because Facebook is trying to like compete with YouTube. So they're pulling just a lot of old songs and like new music videos and stuff on it. And I don't know what I was watching, but that popped up like right under it. And I heard the first thing, I was like, why does this sound familiar? And then I watched it to the chorus and I was like, holy fuck. And
Unlock
then,
the
and then
whole
I
treasure
immediately,
trove of
yeah, then I
memories.
immediately started scrolling again because I was like, okay, I'm over this.
Oh. Yeah, no, I definitely have other examples of things that have happened like that where I'm like, oh, I loved this song. And then I'm like, why did I love this song?
Yeah. That's why I'm happy that, like, Panic at the Disco is as good as they are, because I remember jamming out to the car to I Write Sins Not Tragedies. I know. But, you know,
Yeah.
that song kept up.
Yeah.
Like, fucking everybody sings it now, even kids. Although I was a kid when I was singing it too, to be fair. But, like, now I'm still singing it even though I understand the lyrics now. And I still like the song.
Here's a story I think I may have told in like one of our earliest episodes, but oh crap, I forgot about this kid in general. Like one of the first employees I ever had when I was running the kitchen, he was helping me set up one time, and I was playing Blink-182. I think I was playing All the Small Things, or maybe it was I Miss You. It was one of the big hits, like one of their biggest hits. And he goes, "Oh, isn't this that one old band?" I was like, "What?
Pardon me, what?
Homestead of?" So that got me. And then just Wednesday, I went into the kitchen at the bar, and my buddy Tim was playing American Pie. And the kid there, who's 17 years old, goes, "I've never actually heard this version, but have you guys ever heard of Weird Al?" Because he has a Star Wars parody of the American Pie. I'm like, have we ever heard of Weird Al? Why are you telling this? Like, is he some newly discovered treasure? That man's an icon.
Oh.
But, oh god,
It's happening already.
I'm getting old.
I can't remember who it was, but somebody said that It's Getting Hot in Here is an old, like,
It's an oldies hit.
yeah, they didn't quite say oldies, but they're like, yeah, it's just kind of one of those, like, old songs. And I was like,
It's
what?
less than 20 years old.
It's what now?
You want to try that again?
Yeah, excuse me, sir.
Don't make me beat you with my cane.
I already have back and knee problems. I don't need to be reminded of my age. It's rude. Somebody remind me how old I am. What's my age again? Where's my... Oh, my God.
Oh, that's that one old band singing that song, right?
I'm leaving. I quit. I quit.
Okay.
I got vanilla syrup down my leg. Anyway.
There's no need for context. Okay. Just speaking of songs that are adorable, I say speaking of, going back to when I was talking about Fighting for My Love. Damaged doesn't sound like an adorable song,
No,
but,
not at all.
it can be a fun pop hit. Jax Mannequin, the song Dark Blue, probably their most famous song. Like the band themselves never got too big because they were a side project for, I want to say, what was Andrew McMahon's other band? Well, I think it was something corporate, but that may have been the guy from Death Cab for Cutie. No, so something corporate, yeah. Then Jax Mannequin was the side project. It's a very... I think I actually talked about this song on one of our music video episodes. It's a song that takes place on a boat, and it's just a dancing competition. Couples keep dancing, and whoever's the last couple still standing.
Oh, yeah.
An adorable song, an adorable love song, an adorable music video. It actually reminds me of the Teen Titans episode when Robin has to take Kitty to prom because her dad's killer moth, and he'll attack the city unless Robin does that.
Wow, nerd.
But the song, I don't even remember the first time I heard it. It was probably just my brother playing it in the car kind of thing. But I have distinct memories of rediscovering the song. Because the song came out in like 2008. But then in like 2011, I remember being in the band room during study hall, ? Because there wasn't actually a band class going on, but me and some of my friends were in there, and sometimes we'd go hang out there to just go to the practice room and do homework in there because it was nice and quiet kind of thing. And walking by one of the band rooms, and my friend Hannah was playing the piano part. The band's about piano primarily, and playing the opening to the song, the main piano melody to it. And I remember having to stop and just like listen to it and like rattle through like the catalog in my brain.
Yep.
What song is it? I couldn't find it anywhere. So I went inside. I was like, "What song are you playing?" And she goes, "Dark Blue." Like, who sings that? Jax Mannequin. I'm like, I don't know either of those things, but why does it sound so familiar to me? Because I didn't know the name or the song or the band or anything like that. But for some reason, so I had to go look up Dark Blue, Jax Mannequin. And then I began playing it, and God, this must have been in like winter or something, because my brother was already at college, but he was home at the time of this story. And he was like, oh man, I haven't listened to that song since like I was back in high school. I was like, yeah, because when you were in high school, you would drive me to school and I would hear it in your car. Holy shit. And discovered it that way.
All connected.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, this was like I solved the case, Watson. It was pretty great. And then it wouldn't be for another 6 years till I would listen to the rest of the album and consider it one of my favorite albums ever written.
Wow.
But yeah, no, it was one of those just frustrating moments. I know this from somewhere, but every single thing I'm being told literally about it is not helpful. I just have to I need someone else to reaffirm my thoughts.
To figure it out. Help me figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. But I was going to joke too. So like with your whole story about that, I actually had that with Red Jumpsuit Apparatus's Face Down.
Face Down?
I remember listening to it in the car when it was on the radio. And I remembered it, and then all of a sudden I totally forgot the whole song except for like one little snippet. But there was no lyrics, and I couldn't figure out how to Google it.
Yeah, obviously.
So I was like sitting there, and I remember this really specifically for no reason. But I was actually in Spanish class in high school taking a test, and I think I finished the test, and I was sitting there, I was like, and then all of a sudden it like clicked, and I was like, I have a lyric. I have some words, and so I immediately Googled it, and it came up.
Your phone in class? Oh my God!
And I was like, cool. So I couldn't listen to it in class.
Obviously,
so I had to wait. And as soon as I left, I started playing it. I was like, this is the song! I found it! And then it like clicked about like where I heard it and stuff. And I was like, that was a lot of work for this song. Like I still love it, and I have it saved on everything. But I was like, I can't believe I forgot a whole song, and then. Just out of the blue,
your brain's like, I'll give you some hints now.
Yeah, like here's a little hint for you. Good luck. Try your best. I was like, because I was so mad. I couldn't think of enough of it to get a lyric or anything. And you can't just Google like
the song that goes da, da, da,
yeah.
Da, da.
So I had to find it, and I was, oh my God, I was so happy when I did. That is a throwback. I love that song. Red
Jumpsuit Apparatus. Actually, I could have talked about that in what I've been listening to recently because, that band is just a one album wonder. Like they have released new music, like as I think within the last 5 years, but none of it is as noteworthy as just that one album. Also, another great song off of that is False Pretense. But Face Down actually has two versions. One is the version I had heard growing up for the first 19 years of my life. When after the second verse, there's the part when he goes, someday she will tell you that she has had enough. And the part I always heard while he was singing in the background had screaming the, one day she will tell you.
Yeah.
But that's apparently not the version that normally played on the radio. The radio version only had clean vocals.
That's
which meant every time I heard that song was not on the radio. It was the iTunes actual version that my father had bought. But then after listening to it, I actually do like just the clean vocals better because the screaming isn't like he's not the best screamer, and it just comes out of nowhere in the song.
Yeah.
I also have memories of the band Safety Suits.
I don't know if I know them.
They had their song "Someone Like You," which the name got ruined after Adele released her version. Because every time I would talk about someone like you, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, never mind, I'll find." I'm like, no,
not that one.
But their song "Someone Like You" in the music video, he's wearing a red jacket. So when I first heard the song and my brother was asking who it was, he's like, "Guess." I'm like, "Is it like Mayday Parade or Red Jumpsuit Apparatus?" And he goes, "No, but he wears a red jumpsuit," and that's the end of that story. Okay, your turn. You can talk now.
Okay, so there's this is gonna be a weird tangent, so this is your turn to buckle in. Yours is a lot cleaner than my click. Anyway, so I think I mentioned this before, but I'm gonna start with this again. Midnight City by M83. Every time I hear that song, I'm back in high school, or at least that mindset. Not necessarily high school, because that wasn't my favorite time ever, but I'm kind of back in that middle thing where you are overly excited for the future, but you're also really content with where you are now, sort of how you feel when you're at a bonfire. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
But every time I hear that song, I was like, oh my God, I remember it reminds me of the time when like Divergent was coming out. I found like I was reading like all these different books that I adore, and like there was so much young adult like fiction that was all of a sudden just coming out, and all of it was really good. And that's what it kind of takes me back to. Like, it was in movie theaters, like going to see City of Bones or going to see Divergent, reading Hush Hush and The Infernal Devices, like things like that. That was like, that's what it reminds me of for some reason. And then I was like talking to one of my coworkers, and I was like, I kind of miss this kind of music because it doesn't really, I mean, you have the like alternative sort of actual alternative music, but like even that's kind of changing. Nothing was as simplistic and technical as the way Midnight City, and then there's 1901 by Phoenix, Agnes by Glass Animals.
Phoenix, holy shit, that just took me back.
See? And You Know You Like It by DJ Snake. That was also the time when Lean On came out as well.
By Major Lazer?
Mm-hmm. It was like that whole cusp, and then I was in college, and all of a sudden Fetty Wap is big. So that's kind of my cutoff almost, because I remember listening to a lot of that in high school and, you know, gearing up to go to college. My friends and I were walking around Madison. We were like all over the place. We were having bonfires, and like things were like very content, but we were all excited to go off on our own journeys. And that's... Yeah. Like, all those songs remind me of that so much, especially Midnight City kind of started that whole conversation, that whole tangent. So I was like, every time I hear those songs, I just get, like, really, like, giggly for no reason. Like, I'm just like, oh, yeah, I missed that.
For, like, nostalgic reasons, it makes you giggly.
Yeah. I'm like, I missed just the simplicity of not having responsibilities. And that's what a lot of high school is, even though... I mean, I worked throughout high school and everything like that. Like, not saying, you know, you just sat on your ass all summer, but, like, you didn't really have scary things to think about, like taxes. Well, now you do.
Well, and for me, as someone who did sit on his ass for a lot of summers, because I was a video game kid growing up, when I would go out and do something or be out late at night, it was always a very unique memory. Like, wow, holy cow, this was a blast. Now that's just kind of my lifestyle.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I mean, this is going to be just a short thing, because the only memory I can think of off of this is... So Hootie and the Blowfish. I've talked about them before. I very much enjoy Hootie. Their cover of the song I Go Blind. I remember when my family computer was in the basement, and my father was playing that song, and I thought it was the funniest thing when I was younger, and like right now I'm already not smiling, so I'm well aware it was just the easy humor of a child's mind. But the song is Every Time I Look at You I Go Blind, and my father sang Every Time I Look at You I Go Ah, and like screamed ah, like I was like what, that's so wacky. And I don't know why I put this on that list. That was such a short story. There wasn't much nostalgia there beyond just laughing at a joke my dad made.
I think my last one that I really think about a lot, I actually realized the last time we did nostalgia, I really didn't mention a lot of country, which is funny because I'm from a small town that exclusively plays country or weird rap, like not the good kind, but like
same. Like, I grew up in the same kind of area.
Yeah. So the one song I was thinking of, or I don't even know how I remembered this, but it was "Country Girl" by Luke Bryan, and every time I think of that song, I think about the campground I used to work at growing up. And they would have like dances every Friday night, something like that. And I just remember that song would play all the time, especially when I was at work, and I'd literally take my earbuds out and start dancing in the bathroom. It's not like anyone can see me, but it was so much fun. Yeah. And I love just thinking about, I don't know, just that song. Because I mean, a lot of the country around that time of that song I really liked. And then now it's either really poppy or kind of like stuck in a weird rut, which is hilarious to think about because, you know, you got big ass fucking trucks. And then someone also called it country is just farmer emo. And then after I heard that, I was like, what the guys?
Farmer emo. I could see that. Yeah.
And then all like that, the Carrie Underwood. I loved Carrie Underwood. And like all those artists, like those were essential part of growing up because I was just always. I mean, it was around the time too that I was huge into Warped Tour and things like that. Mm-hmm. But then I listened to that and be like, yeah, let's go have a bonfire. I don't know why I said it like that.
Even though country's not far from my favorite genre, there are still quite a few songs that I do enjoy in it. And people are like, yeah, I hate country. I'm like, well, do you like this song? Yeah, that one's all right. Well, do you like this one? It's like, don't be as dismissive. It's very easy to make fun of country, but there are some very good gems in there. Did I tell you? I think I may have mentioned this on a previous episode. I saw a thing talking about the goth community, but from the South. Mm-mm. And they're called y'alternative.
Oh my god.
I'm a goth girl, but I'm from South Carolina, so I'm gonna call myself y'alternative. And I thought that was funny.
Holy fudge. I don't know, I'm starting to like watch my language now. We're a little bit too far into this for me to be watching it. But like
we're 24 episodes in.
Yeah. I just want to keep the R rating. Just 1 F-bomb per subject.
We already broke. Oh, per subject. Okay, there we go.
See?
It's like because we had a whole spiel when the punchline of the joke was porn. So
yeah, that's true.
Okay, yeah, that's everything from my list.
Yeah, same for mine.
Okay.
Can't forget the Luke Brown. Anyway, anywho.
You should have seen the dance she just did. I imagine the bathroom at that camp was a sight to behold.
It was a turn up, to say the least.
A turn up. And a radish. Okay, so we did it. We survived 2 seasons.
Yay!
Meaning you guys, I hope, survived 2 seasons.
Or you came on in the 2nd season, which in that case, you'll have plenty of time to catch up on our 1st season.
Yeah.
And we have plenty of time to
work out some of our kinks.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we'll do probably something similar to what we did with our last season break. We'll probably take 4 months off last time. But then come back. The first couple episodes are us going to be like gushing about, oh, I forgot to mention this at the beginning, but during the break, because we'll have Summerfest take place, we'll have Lollapalooza take place,
Full Exposure
take place.
A lot of stuff. I'm so excited live music is coming back.
Yeah.
But yeah, also too, so on that note, follow our social media. We have both a Facebook page, listen to this, and then an Instagram, which I'm starting to realize how to post the Instagram to Facebook.
Yeah, you can link them.
Yeah. So I'm starting to learn how to do that because I have it originally linked to my own personal one. So that's been really fun. And so bear with us for the technical difficulties. I'm trying to get a little more tech savvy in my free time. But other than that, yeah, we'll be posting all of some new music coming out, details for Full Exposure, Summerfest, Lollapalooza, all the things that we're interested in. Mm-hmm. And yeah, just try and bring live music back to the forefront because I missed it. And these artists deserve a lot of recognition.
Definitely. It's even just reassuring to see, like even on like global scales, like the big artists are already releasing tour dates for just everything again. Yeah. Even though some of them aren't even in this area until 2022, it's still just nice knowing that things are coming back.
Yeah. But yeah, so other than that, thank you guys for sticking with us for 2 seasons now, and we'll hopefully have a 3rd cranking out soon. We'll post details for that too as the time comes. So with all of that, thank you guys again, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye.